I think it's everyone's responsibility that we make laws that are compatible with our views that everyone should be protected.
Yes.
And I think it's important that we have the law, and it's also important that we have the kind of consensus that it is absolutely necessary. It's good to have the law, but if other people are thinking, okay, maybe that's not necessary or that it's not that useful. So I think it's everyone's responsibility to have the proper law and also to honor it, the principles behind it.
Yeah, I would add particular government is more responsible because the government they are elected to do these kind of things.
Yes.
And we as normal people, even we want to, that's limited we can do. The resources are controlled by government.
Yes.
They should put more into these kind of things instead of trying to take away.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's kind of like, do people feel safer if there's a group that we kind of go, okay, well, let's exclude them? I don't know, because has there been a time when that hasn't happened? Probably not.
Yeah.
Certainly not in my lifetime. It's just kind of like being, it was kind of, colour was a thing. Then during the 80s, anybody gay was demonised, and now it's trans people. I don't know who's next, but but not, certainly you can't say that this country is great for human rights.
Yeah.
And yet we advocate other, we're kind of like, for other countries, we're kind of like, trying to help them from human rights, but it's just like, why don't we sort ourselves out first before we start preaching to other places?
So you talk to someone about rights or freedoms or civil liberties, and they'll give you different answers to what they think is included in that kind of statement. And I think what we need is some better dialogue around what human rights means to people and what values people have in their day-to-day lives. Sometimes the language that we use is the problem. So, people might agree on certain views or issues, but not have the same language to express or describe them. So sometimes it's as simple as coming together and agreeing a common vocabulary or a common way of thinking about an issue as a way to improve it.
Because we're all individuals.
Gives us the choice to be who we want to be.
Yeah, we should all have a choice who we want to be.
They should be for everybody. There should be some kind of thing that's written, like some thing for all humans on the planet.
Yes.
Regardless of race, creed, colour, culture, sexuality, all that.
Yes.
People should have basic things, that the state can't do to you, for instance.
Yes. I think human rights laws play a really critical aspect in challenging discrimination, inequality, harassment. Sometimes they're quite limited. In fact, challenging an issue of discrimination from a legal perspective might not always be the best way to do it. Sometimes you need the dialogue, you need cultural change, behavioural change, attitudinal change. So don't get me wrong, I think we need to absolutely have very strong, robust legal protections for human rights, but I think we need to go much deeper and do far more widespread engagement to really build a culture that respects and values human rights.
It's interesting what you say. You talk about the relationship between power, privilege, and rights.
Yeah.
And you say that people in power and privilege don't care. Yeah. Why do you think they lack empathy for
because
marginalised
that's why
groups?
they're in power. That's why they're in power, because they haven't. It's literally you want the power because you feel that you are better than other people.
Yes, yes.
I think you very rarely get somebody, and we have had it. You very rarely get people that actually do really care and they want to be in those positions.